Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Marianas Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sakurako Halstead.
And I'm Dan Shore. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories.
A controversial Homeland Security Secretary is out, and her replacement has had some tough stances on CNMI tourism visas.
Also tonight, the police commissioner who was controversially fired is back on the job.
And rough weather could keep marathon runners nice and cool and wet tomorrow morning.
In sports, the Marianas games are on, and it's going to be a big sports summer.
Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
The new Big Arch sauce is so delicious. You'll wonder if they named the sauce after the burger or the burger after the sauce. The Big Arch, the most McDonald's burger yet. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Just a short flight from Saipan, adventure is soaring high at the Hilton, Guam. Guam Adventures invites you to take flight on our zipline adventure, a breathtaking ride where the ocean sparkles below and the island breeze rushes past your face. Glide over tropical gardens, feel the thrill of the drop, and capture that perfect view. This is one experience you'll never forget. Show your CNMI driver's license, and we will even throw in snorkeling at one of the best spots on Guam. Because adventure shouldn't just lift your spirits, it should lift you right off the ground. Book now and take your trip or layover to new heights. We can even pick you up. Book now at guamadventures.com.
I love Marianas coffee from Join Me for a Cup. I think you would be really happy.
Hafaday, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth.
You're watching the Channel 2 News on March 6 from our studio on Capitol Hill.
KRISTI Noem, the controversial Secretary of Homeland Security, has been reassigned by President Donald Trump. KRISTI Noem is out at Homeland Security following a controversial legislative hearing where she was questioned by lawmakers about a $200 million advertising campaign that prominently featured her. A new Homeland Security chief has been appointed by the president, Oklahoma Senator MARKWAYNE MULLIN. Mr. Mullin is one of the three senators who, in January, requested a curb to the Chinese visa waiver program in the CNMI. Congressional Representative Kimberly King-Hines then fired back with a letter to the president to counter the nature of Mr. Mullin's assessment of the visa program. Mullin still needs to be confirmed by the Senate, which is expected to proceed along party lines. A simple majority is needed, and Republicans currently have the numbers. Police Commissioner Anthony MACARANAS, who was recently dropped as the Commissioner of Public Safety, is back on the job at DPS. 2 weeks ago, in the time that Governor David Apatang was representing the CNMI in 902 talks with U.S. government officials in Washington, D.C., Acting Governor Dennis Mendiola fired 2 CNMI officials. Yesterday, Anthony MACARANAS of the Department of Public Safety was officially reinstated. Today, he speaks.
I had a a conversation with the governor that he ordered me to return back to work yesterday at 9:30. When I received the reinstatement letter, he was just saying that I was terminated on February 23rd, and then effective March 5th, that he reinstated me back to my old position as the Commissioner of Public Safety.
Lieutenant Mendiola, upon the firing of the two, Commissioner MACARANAS and Epi Cabrera of Grants Management, stated that he, in his authority as acting governor, could release appointees at his discretion. No specific explanation was given. Later, however, there appeared online a letter of grievance addressed to the Civil Service Commission against Commissioner MACARANAS, alleging inappropriate comments to co-workers.
But whatever allegation I'm denying that because, number one, I was never been confronted, nor been written up, or been advised, that there's allegation going on, and it's either the HR would say, you got to cease and, practice more moral communication, or whatever it's been happening in the department, continue on with a positive mind. But not one time that the HR ever come over to me and advise me about this allegation.
Allegations of low department morale were also aired publicly by the lieutenant governor.
So that's why I said I put myself as a C. I would never go up to the A, because if it's A, that means there should be no problem in the department. There should be no crimes happening, meaning that I'll be walking on water if I say that I'm going to give myself an A. But I'm going to give myself a C. At least I'm trying. Well, I will assure the community that I will continue to work to assure the safeguard of them and to safeguard property, life and property. Like I said earlier, I'm so appreciative to the people that stood in my defense, and even the people that stood, against me. I still thank them, and I thank everybody, But again, I was sure that all these things that have been happening will not deflect me from deteriorating my ability to lead this department the right direction.
DPS Public Information Officer Fred Sato wants everyone to know.
The department does have the strict guidelines with sexual harassment and stuff within the workplace. I think it's very important that as the department, we need to go back and either do some in-service training again with regards to the sexual harassment policy that we have for the government. It's not something that should be accepted regardless of the nature of who we are interacting with. We should come to work as professionals with being respected, and leave work still being respected and professional.
Hundreds of runners will be on the road tomorrow morning for one of the island's bigger events, with racers flying in from all over the region. Saipan marathon runners pick up their race packets at Crown Plaza Resort this morning and afternoon. At the Atari stage area, officials hand out Skechers swag bags that includes a bib and a shirt. On the other end, vendors fill the room for an expo to serve refreshing drinks, local snacks, and energy gel packs, amongst other goods. Racers are said to be registered from Guam, Japan, China, Korea, Mexico, Nepal, Belgium, and more. We speak with Saipan first-timers who are here for the race and will spend 3 to 4 days exploring the island.
현수, 예진, 이찬, 현경.
Okay. All right. Where are you guys coming from?
South Korea.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me how you feel. You guys are going to be running tomorrow.
Excited, but a little bit worried about the weather. It's so hot. Well, we're very happy to enjoy the Saipan Marathon, and we're gonna do our best. Yay!
Tomorrow morning, the full marathon heads north starting at 4 a.m., the half marathon heads south at 5:15 a.m., the 10K launches at 6 a.m., and the 5K at 6:15 a.m. Drivers, be aware of runners on the road.
On the eve of the marathon, some inclement weather moving into the Marianas could make for a soggy and windy weekend. Our Chris Nelson has more.
The National Weather Service says a flash flood watch is in effect starting tonight as a weather system moves up from the south, bringing increased rain and wind to the region.
Yeah, definitely the weather conditions across the weekend into early next week are not going to be too favorable for outdoor events. I know there's a lot of stuff going on up here in Saipan as well as on Guam. This is a great weekend to have a plan B in effect because we are looking at showers, thunderstorms, locally heavy rainfall, and strong gusty winds.
Earlier in the week, the island saw a north swell with relatively calm winds, but forecasters say that's expected to change as the system approaches.
Well, the north swell has been building over the last couple of days. That's going to continue through the weekend with winds steadily increasing and more swell coming in from a tropical disturbance to our south that's coming up into the region, as well as a shear line to our north that's dropping down into the CNMI.
Meanwhile, a disturbance south of the islands known as Invest 95W could begin to organize, but the National Weather Service says strong upper-level winds and a shear line to the north should prevent the system from strengthening into a typhoon.
But that shear line to our north, that's going to be coming down into that region of the disturbance. That's going to prevent it from developing significantly into a tropical cyclone. That's the good news. But again, these two features, they'll work together to generate a lot of mess for our weather over the next 3, 4, 5 days into early next week. That's showers, locally heavy rainfall, thunderstorms, and strong gusty winds.
Coming up, we will have the latest on flights from Korea.
And a bento tray has a number of spots for food. We will show you a local bento shop that has gone through a number of spots to keep serving up those bentos.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
The new Big Arch sauce is so delicious. You'll wonder if they named the sauce after the burger or the burger after the sauce. The Big Arch, the most McDonald's burger yet. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
You push hard, you move fast, and you want real healthy food that moves with you. At the Gold's Gym Shake Cafe, your fuel is ready when you are. Packed with protein, vitamins, and real fruit, these smoothies keep you strong, satisfied, and unstoppable. Perfect for a quick on-the-go lunch, dinner, or snack. No membership required. Power your day your way at the Shake Cafe inside Gold's Gym Saipan. Just a short flight from Saipan, adventure is calling on Guam. Guam Adventures at Leo Palace has the perfect mix of thrills and sightseeing this holiday season. Check out the off-road adventure where the trails splash, spin, and roar. And for NMI residents, after your ride, cool off with a free water park pass at Leo Palace Resort and enjoy 20% off lunch because adventure works up an appetite. So whether it's a weekend escape or a layover to remember, make it count with Guam Adventures. Book now and turn your trip into a thrill. And yes, we'll even pick you up. Book now at GuamAdventures.com.
Welcome back. You're watching the Friday night edition of the Channel 2 News.
Down but not out, air service from Korea will continue at a reduced level in the coming months. Saipan was bracing for the possibility of a pullout of air service from Korea beginning at the end of March. The biggest reason, an oversupply of seats to Guam that have affected flight prices and demand to Saipan. A look at March flight prices show round-trip airfare in the $200 range on T-Ways.
I'm happy to share that following our meetings last week in Seoul with the senior leadership of Jeju Air and T-Way, both airlines have reaffirmed their commitment to continue summer service to Saipan, which runs from March 29th to October 28th.
Just last week, the CNMI legislature endowed close to $1 million in tobacco settlement funds to the Marianas Visitors Authority. These funds may have contributed to maintaining airline continuity.
It really helps. Every dollar that we can get helps a lot. You know, over the years, MVA has really never asked for appropriations from the government. We've been self-sustained based on the hotel occupancy tax. That is MVA's portion of it. And in the past, when tourism was great, we had excess revenues, right? And that kind of carried over until just recently, where tourism has just been down since COVID, and we are no longer able to sustain the necessary operations and the much needed marketing efforts.
The governor's recovery task force is also exploring ways of obtaining federal airline assistance without enacting new legislation.
Within the covenant, there is 603B provision that lays out the federal government's support in helping the Commonwealth focus in on its exports. Well, our export is tourism. And so our effort is to communicate through diplomatic channels the idea that we would add the CNMI as a component of these investments to the carriage opportunity.
Although the government is actively pursuing other island investment opportunities,
the only way that we can see the Commonwealth going forward in this timeline is to get tourism going.
Following the theme of Far From Ordinary, MVA says that while the pursuit of airlines is paramount, this is a time to build an inventory of visitor activities that focus on interaction with local artists, hosts, and historic adventures.
I think a lot of us travel. We go to see cultural sites, significant sites within destinations around the world. But a lot of the people that go out to these types of tropical destinations aren't coming out to shop. I don't go to shop if I go to a tropical destination. The one thing we need to focus in on is the beauty of these islands and the fact that we have gems throughout the 3 populated and the other 11 up north, or 12 up north. And so, you know, the focal point is that tourists are taking in the fun, the sun, and the beauty of the people and the environment here. And I think that's why people do come to the CNMI. I do believe, to Jamaica's point, that we have a lot of locals that have specialties and immersion opportunities in your culture.
The pursuit of local and cultural tourism opportunities is ongoing.
We would love to hear from every small business. MVA has our membership program, and we want to promote all the small businesses, all the activities that are on the island. And if you have any activity or idea or experience that you offer, that you would like to offer, and you just have a difficult time building and reaching out to visitors, we want to help with that. And so please reach out to our office.
To reach the Marianas Visitors Authority, call 670-664-3200.
A Japanese bento store keeps their doors open despite a number of location challenges. Let's take a look. Tokyo Mart continues operations and opens the doors at their new location behind the former duty-free Galleria. Loyal patrons have anticipated the reopening.
But I've been passing by this place, just checking whenever it's going to be open, because I like the bento here.
Yesterday when I came, I was early, but they opened the door. There's people really nice. And the thing is, then right after I came, there were others that came. Just one lady told me, she's a nurse, she said, I've been waiting for them to open.
The store used to be located in the building where Bank of Saipan used to be, until they moved operations to the corner of 99-cent supermarket. Owner Mia Chang says rent at the original location was too high to sustain as a single tenant, and they were told tenants are not needed by new management at 99 cents. After securing a new location, the store opened on March 2nd.
But see, every place they move, some people were saying they follow Tokyo Mart. Yeah, so just like me, you know, it's and it's clean and Japanese.
Owner Mia Chang and her late husband have a long history in Saipan, and those who know, know.
They had coffee care, and Mia-chan was always in charge of also the seashell pink, which kind of also moved around, you know. But even ever since coffee care, when they started in GARAPAN in the Paseo de Marianas, which wasn't Paseo de Marianas before, they had this little coffee shop, which I used to go to because I loved their coffee. And back then, not like now, they didn't have a lot of coffee shops in Saipan, so they had fresh brewed coffee all the time, and that's how I started. And then go up to Capitol Hill when they had their, restaurant. Actually, they had one right next to Duty Free. They had their restaurant there, and then they moved up to Capitol Hill. So I've been just not following Mia-chan around, but I guess it seems like that way.
Tokyo Mart is a chain with store locations that include Guam, Australia, and the U.S. mainland. The owner of Tokyo Mart Saipan says the original idea was to have the store in conjunction with bentos, but the partner on the store side pulled out. With intentions of mostly serving bentos and food items, Mia-chan says they are planning to change their name from Tokyo Mart to a bento house later this year.
So, it's a small business, but I think we should promote it, especially, it just reopen again, so we like it. I like it.
My mom is Japanese, and so I'm kind of used to her home cooking, and how they make it here is it's a lot of dishes that you won't find elsewhere, and the way they make it is very Japanese homemade kind of cooking. Yeah, so not like a restaurant kind, it's a homemade, so I love it.
Hundreds in our community receive services from the Center of Living Independently. This morning, a number of them were walking and riding on the beach pathway. March is Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month.
Proclamation, Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month, March 2026. Whereas there are more than 8 million individuals with developmental disabilities that reside in the U.S. mainland and its territories, these individuals have the same hopes and dreams as all CNMI residents.
Monday morning at the World Resort, citizens with physical or mental disabilities, their families, and their service providers meet to spread awareness of the opportunities available to all in need. Sheila DeRay of the CHCC Family to Family Health Information Center.
So we're here to showcase our program and of course to show support for Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. So our program focuses on identifying kids during the screenings, and then when we identify the kids with disabilities, we connect them to services they need. And we follow those kids to the age of 18 years.
Vivian Sablan is with the Department of Youth Services.
Today is Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month, the kickoff actually with a proclamation signing today. We are one of the DNP, the Disability Network Partners. So it's a working group of different agencies that, of course, work together to achieve a common goal of helping families who have members of with disability. So this is probably since DNP was born, we've been involved. So that's how we educate and also provide our services, while at the same time learning from other agencies to better provide for those individuals that we serve with disability.
The proclamation is a compassionate acknowledgement of all members of our community, Governor David Apatang.
We want to continue to take care of our people with disabilities. Whether you're here in Saipan, Tinian, or Roda, so we want to continue to take care of them.
Coming up in sports, athletes on Saipan, Tinian, Broda, and Guam, get ready. The Marianas Games are coming.
Every journey begins with one step and the right coach. At Gold's Gym Saipan, our certified personal trainers build programs that move with you. Your goals, your pace, your power. Stronger, healthier, more confident, together. Your best starts right here at Gold's Gym Saipan. Visit us in GARAPAN or call 670-233-4000. Gold's Gym Saipan, stronger with every rep. This year, it's not about resolutions, it's about results. Gold's Gym is launching the 2026 Transformation Challenge, a 12-week total transformation. Professional guidance, real accountability, measurable results. Exclusive group training, member-only perks, and a community pushing you forward. And it leads to big rewards, $1,000 cash and a free year at Gold's Gym. Registration open now, and the challenge starts January 19th. Gold's Gym 2026, the Transformation Challenge. Put in the work, own the change. Gold's Gym, GARAPAN.
From sunrise to sunset, Saipan is full of adventure. On the water, in the water, and on the land. But wherever you are during the day, when the sun begins to set, there's only one place to be. Godfather's Beach Bar at Micro Beach. The place where locals and visitors come to play, make friends, and make memories. Turn the perfect Saipan day into the perfect Saipan night at Godfather's Beach Bar, and bring your best lines.
I'm gonna make you an offer that you can't refuse.
What?
Come join the family at Godfather's Beach Bar, where sunsets, laughs, and legendary nights all come together.
Welcome to Marianas Beach Resort, and now welcome to Marianas Coffee. Indulge in the rich, smooth taste of classic coffee, or treat yourself to one of our signature creations with the best coffee roasted right here in Saipan. Craving something fun? Try our cracking marshmallow milkshake, or one of our refreshing milk teas. Stay cool with locally grown lemongrass lemonade, the perfect tropical twist. Pair your drink with our delicious cakes, desserts, sandwiches, and salads freshly made just for you. And with super fast Wi-Fi, it's the perfect place to work or unwind. Marianas Coffee at Marianas Beach Resort, where great coffee meets great style.
At Marianas Beach Resort, come to the edge of the ocean and experience the best sunsets on Saipan at Skipper's Beach Bar. Open daily from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m., Skipper's is the perfect place to unwind with great friends, great weather, and stunning ocean views. And every hour is happy hour with $3.99 craft draft beer, local food specials, and live music. Bring a friend or make some new ones. Skipper's is where memories are made. Skipper's Beach Bar, the best sunsets, the best fun. Come join us tonight. See you at the beach.
When I think of you sometime, want to spend some time with you, just the two of us.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenas sports fans! The Marianas Games is coming this summer, and it's all a part of a sports movement for the people of the NMI. The inaugural Marianas Games is slated for June 18 to the 21st this year. President of the Northern Mariana Sports Association, Jerry Tan, says with a couple of years in the making, the Marianas Games is now coming to fruition.
Well, Marianas Game was brought up with Guam about 2 years ago after our Pacific Mini Games. And we thought that having an annual tournament between NMI and Guam, I think it's good for our athletes. Most of the games are every 4 years. So finally, we reached an agreement last month. Actually, yes, in early January. So we're excited that it's going to happen this summer. We will be the first host. And what's more exciting is, we're going to have Team Rhoda and Team Tinian, and then in addition to Team Guam and Team Saipan.
4 teams will compete in 10 sports categories. The inclusion of athletes from the island of Tinian and Rhoda has several layers in the overall sports movement. NOMSA board member John Hirsch shares on the initiative and push for improvement.
The national federations are all based on Saipan.
So, it takes a reach, to get over to Rhoda and Tinian. It's not so easy, even just with the logistics of flying to these places. But, they have separate municipalities, separate governments. So it's not like we just go over there and start telling how to do their programs. They have their own mayors, their own sports and recreation departments. So it's an area that's been weak within NAMSA and weak with actually most of the national federations, because it's really a financial one, and it's even a facilities one. When you go to the other islands, they don't always have the same facilities that we might have here. So it's difficult for them to train and to be part of the overall sports movement.
More than competitions within the Marianas, Tan highlights this as an opportunity for the future of sports development.
What we are hoping to see is Micronesian game, because I don't know if you're familiar. Micronesian game, the country of FSM, is represented by their 4 states. So that's why it's Team Chuk, Ponape, Kosrae, and Yap. So that's the idea, that in the future, hopefully Team Rhoda and Team Tinian could also be competing independently in the Micronesian games. So we would have 3 teams, and in addition to Team Saipan, instead of just Team NMI.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Here's the weather. The National Weather Service forecasts a 40% chance of isolated showers this evening, with wind gusts up to 25 miles per hour and low temperatures of around 77 degrees. The weekend is going to rain with a 70% chance of marathon showers and isolated thunderstorms, with winds gusting up to 25 miles per hour and high temperatures of around 82 degrees in the days and 78 degrees in the nighttime hours. Yes, there are high surf advisories and rip current warnings, as well as flood watch conditions throughout the weekend, so be vigilant, CNMI. The sun has set at 6:26 p.m. and will rise again tomorrow morning at 6:31 a.m. long after the marathon runners have begun their long journey across our island. The 5K runners will have just begun, and we'll see all of them probably under rainwater or on the land.
Well, that's news, sports, and weather. Thank you for joining us, CNMI.
We'll see you all again dry on Monday.